The body is the battleground. If society artificially makes some battlegrounds easier or harder than others, then the victors of the hardest battles becomes its strongest bodies. That's just natural consequences. That's why black women are starting more businesses than any other demographic in America. That's why black men have dominated sports, music, and media for decades. That's why Asian Americans have higher income than white Americans. That's why the GOAT in a sport invented by white people is a debate between two black men. Racism forced us to be twice as good to get half as much. So we got better, we got stronger, we built with less, we ran with chains on, and we still crossed the finish line first. Not because our bodies were genetically superior, but because our bodies were oppressed and we endured. Meanwhile, poor white folks, drugged by the fantasy of superiority, never left the starting line. They were too busy guarding the gate to realize no one gave them a key. The body is the battleground. Oppression doesn't begin in the mind. It begins on the body. The body is the first place where the self meets society. It is your first name, your first label, your first cage. Before you speak, before you choose, before you even understand who you are, society begins telling that story for you based on the body you inhabit. And that's why the body is the battleground, because it is where stories are imposed and where they must be reclaimed. When systems of power want to control a people, they don't start with their minds. They start with their bodies. They police the skin, the hair, the voice, the movement, the clothes, the posture, the tone, the gender, the accents. They criminalize blackness. They feminize weakness. They age shame, fat shame, sex shame. They categorize, scrutinize, and weaponize. They make your body mean something before you ever get to decide what it means. White supremacy is not just a political idea. It's a mythology built on bodies. It assigns value to skin tone. It ties power to facial features. It grants proximity to wealth and dignity based on how close your body appears to an invented ideal. But this isn't just about race. It's about all systems of domination, because every form of systemic control must pass through the body to be enforced. Patriarchy lives in how we police the female body. Capitalism lives in how we measure the body productivity. Homophobia lives in how we fear or fetishize non-conforming bodies. Ableism lives in how we limit bodies that move or think differently. The battleground is everywhere. It's in the workplace, the classroom, the sidewalk, the mirror, the algorithm, and every single system, from law to religion to media, that has been designed to train your body to submit before your mind ever gets a chance to wake up. This is why the overman cannot ignore the body. It is through the body that power first enters the world, and it's through the body that the overman must reclaim it.